Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Comic Book Nostalgia. I'm CB Nostalgia, and I thought we could talk a minute about that Loki Season 2 trailer. Well, as many of you know, a couple weeks ago we got D23, and with D23 we got a ton of trailers. Now, Marvel released some of them to the public, but many of them were kept in-house, and lots of us have not seen them. But if you've been paying attention, you may have noticed that Season 2 trailer for Loki has indeed leaked. Now, we're not going to show you the trailer here. I don't want to get into the crosshairs of the Marvel snipers, but I did want to take a couple minutes to talk about what we see in the trailer and talk about it a little bit. So let's just dive in and break down the trailer. It appears to me this season is definitely going to pick up right where Season 1 left off, with Loki being stuck in another timeline where the TVA is now ruled by Kang the Conqueror. This is a complete variant from the timeline we knew before, also known as the Sacred Timeline, where the TVA employees were indoctrinated to follow the quote-unquote timekeepers who were during the series revealed to simply be robots. We also got some looks at Kang, who is absolutely a more comic-accurate look. Now, the trailer itself opens with a god of mischief stepping out of a TVA elevator, and he is glitching all over the place. This effect actually looks sort of painful for Loki, and it might be because he doesn't actually fit in this timeline. As he steps out of the elevator and utters a hello, he then says, "This is going to sound strange. I've been pulled from time and I saw terrible, awful things." Now, like I said, we see Loki glitching in and out of time and reality, and this might be because he's bouncing between various realities himself. He even has to fight to even walk down a hallway, and he even goes on to plead with Mobius and Hunter B-15 and trying to warn them of the threat that is about to wreak havoc on the multiverse. We actually get an exchange between Loki and a Mobius variant where Loki says this is about everything, but there's nothing that stands between this world and our destruction. To which Mobius replies, "War is on the way, a little over the top, don't you think?" And Loki says, "I thought it was spot on." Now in the next scene we see Loki with Mobius actually use a TVA time stick to prune one of the walls. When he does this, the wall disappears and reveals a mural of Kang himself. We also go on to see a new character portrayed by Ke-Huy Quan, who, as far as I can tell, appears to be somebody working as an archivist for the TVA. Now, as the trailer carries on, we actually see Loki and Mobius at what appears to be an old Hollywood premiere. During the scene, they're both wearing tuxedos, and we actually got some behind-the-scenes pictures of this in early production, and this seems to confirm that whole situation. Remember, this is where we saw a couple of movie posters pop up, so it could be quite the interesting scene. Now, once we get to this point in the trailer, it kind of becomes a bit of a sizzle reel. We see Sylvia listening to records in a music shop, Loki and Hunter B-15 on the streets in New York. We see Casey return pushing a cart, Ravonna Renslayer also is back, and then ultimately we see Loki falling through the middle of the TVA building. The trailer closes out with Loki talking to Mobius, and their banter and conversation is once again spot on. Loki says, "I can't be the problem anymore, Mobius," and Mobius replies, "Who said you were?" To which Loki says, "Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, Black Widow, Hawkeye, Phil Coulson, Thanos, Nick Fury, my father, my brother, Miss Minutes, you." So obviously the banter and the chemistry between these two characters is totally going to carry on in Season 2. Now, as far as the trailer goes, it didn't really reveal a lot of information. It was truly a teaser. We do know Kang the Conqueror is going to be a big part of this, and it's arriving next summer after Quantumania releases. So I do think what goes down in Quantumania will indeed be driving a lot of the series. Now, we did see Season 1 close out with Loki returning to the TVA, and they're being a lot different. So I am really unclear on how all these new pieces will come together. If Loki is glitching in and out of time, it'll be pretty easy to adjust, but we're going to have to wait and see. Quite honestly, Loki Season 2 is my most anticipated Marvel series coming up. I love the first series, and I've loved the character for a long time. Tom Hiddleston absolutely injects him with life, and this is going to be a ton of fun. Obviously, we're going to cover everything Season 2 of Loki, so make sure you hit that like and subscribe button to get all the required mischief. But until we know more, what do you guys think? Are you excited for the kickoff of the multiverse war in Season 2 of Loki? And why do you think Loki is glitching in and out of time and reality? Tell me what you think in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you hit like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you won't get any updates. Peace.